Hey, what's up YouTube? It's me, Aaron, and today we're gonna compare the Sony WF-1000XM4 to the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. Now, the Buds Pro are one of the most popular wireless earbuds in the market right now, and this is because of all the features and performance that it packs into something so small and so compact. In this video, we're gonna compare them in terms of features, sound quality, phone call quality, and the Bluetooth audio lag for gaming and watching videos. I will also be comparing the Sonys to other products in the market from brands like Sennheiser and Jabra. So if you don't want to miss out on future videos from this channel, hit subscribe right now and ring that notifications bell so that you don't miss out. In terms of price, the Sonys retail for $280, whereas the Samsungs retail for $80 less at $200 retail price, much cheaper than the Sonys. But it's easy to see why. Although they do share many of the same features like active noise cancelling, ambient sound pass-through, wireless charging, speak to chat, or what's called voice detection on the Samsungs, the Sonys are better in several ways. For example, it's got better battery life with up to 8 hours of battery in the earbuds with noise cancelling and 16 hours of extra juice in its case, total 24 hours. Whereas the Samsungs have up to 5 hours in the earbuds and an extra 13 hours in its case, total 18 hours. The Sonys also support high-res audio, so not only can its drivers reproduce double the frequency range of the Samsungs from 20Hz to 40 kHz, they also support high-res music streaming with LDAC audio codec. So the Sonys are a no-brainer if you like to enjoy high-resolution audio streaming from services like Tidal. The Sony Headphones Connect app also makes the XM4s one of the most customizable earbuds in the market. Now, to clarify, you can customize the Samsung earbuds too, but it's much more limited than the Sonys. For example, you can't do things like fine-tuning its sound quality using a graphic EQ. Only EQ presets are available, whereas the Sonys offer both customization using EQ presets and a graphic equalizer. But the Samsung's biggest drawback is the fact that you can only do any kind of customization using the Samsung wearable app for Android devices, because at this moment the iOS equivalent of the app called the Galaxy Buds app still doesn't support the Buds Pro even after 5 freaking months of this being in the market. Granted, if you're on both Android and iOS devices, you can first make the changes on your Android phone, then the earbuds will still remember these changes even on iOS. But still, it's not as user-friendly as having an app on both Android and iOS devices. And finally, the fit. I feel that the Sonys feel more snug and stable in my ears, and they do offer better noise isolation than the Galaxy Buds Pro, as in the Buds Pro feels like they don't make full contact in the conch of my ears. Of course, the flip side of that is, since the Sony's ear tips are supposed to be pushed all the way in to your ear canals, your ears might get a little sore after a while if they're not used to this kind of fit. At least in the beginning, because eventually it becomes less of an issue after your ears get used to this fit. Now, the Samsungs do have some advantages over the Sonys. For example, they've got an IPX7 water resistance rating, which is quite a bit better than the Sony's IPX4. So the Samsungs will stand up to moisture a lot better for working out, etc. The case is also a bit smaller too, flatter and more pocket-sized. That's an advantage in terms of portability. And if you're using multiple Samsung devices and you're logged in to your Samsung account, you will also get a more seamless experience like automatic pairing and the ability to seamlessly switch between different Samsung devices, well, up to 2 Samsung devices to be specific, for things like receiving phone calls and media playback. It is kind of like multi-point pairing, but it only works for Samsung devices. On the other hand, the Sonys do not have any kind of multi-point pairing at all, not even pseudo multi-point pairing like the Samsungs. Also, on the Samsung devices, the Galaxy Buds Pro has a gaming mode, which reduces Bluetooth audio lag for a more seamless gaming experience. If you want to know how much difference gaming mode makes, check out this video over here. In terms of sound quality, the Buds Pro does excel in terms of brightness and clarity. Its track separation and sound staging is also quite comparable to that of the Sonys. On the other hand, the Sonys do have a heavier sound signature, especially in the mid-range and upper bass, so there's more gravity in my music on the Sonys. And if you prefer the Sony sound signature, I bet that the Buds Pro will sound thinner in comparison. But for other people, the Buds Pro can give the impression that it sounds cleaner and clearer in the mix. Now, do note that this is when the Sony's DSE Extreme audio upscaling is switched off. If you activate DSE Extreme, the Sonys will sound just as clean in the mid-range as the Buds Pro, yet still retaining all that juicy heaviness and gravity in the mid-range that I was talking about earlier. Also, details in the Sony's soundstage will sound a tiny bit more obvious against the background compared to the Buds Pro. Of course, it's also important to remember that if you activate DSE Extreme, it will have an impact on the Sony's battery life, and this will negate its battery advantage over the Buds Pro. Even more so if you're using an Android device and if you're streaming your audio over the high-resolution LDAC audio codec, because even if streaming high-res audio using LDAC will bring the Sony's sound quality to a whole nother level, it will also further impact both the battery life of your earbuds and your phone. Even so, it is always nice to have that high-res option on the Sonys. Right now, we're going to compare their phone call quality. As usual, I'm going to play some really loud cafe-style background noise to simulate making a phone call in a noisy cafe and record a voice memo on my phone. Background noise, Sony WF-1000XM4, record. I am now making a phone call in a noisy place using the Sony WF-1000XM4. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, but it turns out it's actually a pillow covered by a blanket. Where is the lazy dog? Background noise, Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro, record. I am now making a phone call in a noisy place using the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, but it turns out it's actually a pillow covered by a blanket. Where is the lazy dog? The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, but it turns out it's actually a pillow covered by a blanket. Where is the lazy dog? The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, but it turns out it's actually a pillow covered by a blanket. Where is the lazy dog? So, in terms of phone call quality, they both were quite comparable in terms of background noise cancelling, but I prefer the vocal quality of the Buds Pro's microphones. My voice just sounds sharper and cleaner than how it sounded on the Sonys. So in terms of call quality in a noisy place, the Buds Pro takes this round. But if you more often take phone calls at home or in quiet places in general, then the Sonys will do just fine. For the noise cancelling test, I'm going to play the same background noise as before. Let's see which of these earbuds have better ANC. So, in terms of noise cancelling, we are seeing some pretty interesting results here. The Galaxy Buds Pro does cancel a bit more low frequency noise than the Sony's, but the Sony's are more effective at cancelling mid-range frequency noises. This means that when you're in an airplane, the Samsungs will be a little quieter, but the Sony's will muffle more everyday noises like human voices, cars, and the general hustle and bustle of the city. Now we're going to look at how much Bluetooth audio lag these earbuds have when playing video games and watching videos on both Apple and Android devices. The Apple device that I'm going to use is the iPhone SE 2020. For Android, I'm going to use the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. Now, although we are using a Samsung device, I am not going to activate gaming mode on the Buds Pro simply because I want this test to be as representative as possible of all Android devices in general, not just Samsung phones. First up, the gaming audio lag test. As a reference point, let's see what the internal latency looks like on the iPhone SE. This is audio straight from the iPhone speaker. Now the WF-1000XM4, then the Galaxy Buds Pro. Then we repeat the same test on the S21 Ultra. So here we can see that the Sonys have lower gaming audio lag than the Samsungs on both Apple and Android devices in general. On Android, the gap is a lot closer, but I have no doubt that if the Samsungs had gaming mode switched on, it will definitely have less lag than the Sonys on a Samsung phone. But this only applies to playing video games or real-time content on your phone. Whenever you're watching videos on your phone using apps like YouTube or Netflix, you're not likely to get much or any lag at all because these apps have their own latency correction built in that automatically delays the video so that it synchronizes better with the audio, like so. Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Aaron. Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to talk about the improvements that the just announced iOS 15 will bring to the AirPods Pro and AirPods Max. There are 5 improvements that were announced at WWDC, like conversation boost, announced notifications, Find My app integration. Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Aaron. Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to talk about the improvements that the just announced iOS 15 will bring to the AirPods Pro and AirPods Max. There are 5 improvements that were announced at WWDC, like conversation boost, announced notifications, find. In conclusion, after comparing the Sonys to the Buds Pro, it just struck me how far we've come from the XM4's predecessor, the WF-1000XM3. While the older model had fallen behind the Buds Pro in many ways, the new XM4s are more than a match for the Buds Pro in terms of specs, features, and performance, and in some ways are better than the Buds Pro, having high-res audio support, longer battery life with active noise cancellation, more customization options, an app on both iOS and Android, and better noise cancelling performance in most situations. I believe that many people will gravitate to the Sonys despite its higher price point, but there are still some pretty good reasons to get the Buds Pros instead. Its case is smaller and more compact, it's got seamless integration and exclusive features like gaming mode if you use a Samsung device, better water resistance, and its phone call quality is quite a bit better than the Sonys. It will be a little tough choosing between the two, so I want to know what you guys think. Tell me in the comments below which one will you go for, the WF-1000XM4 or the Galaxy Buds Pro. If you want to see me compare the XM4s to its predecessor, the WF-1000XM3s, watch this video over here. Next up, I will be comparing the XM4s to other earbuds like the Sennheiser MTW2. So if you don't want to miss out on these videos from this channel, hit subscribe right now and ring the notifications bell because this is the only way YouTube will notify you of new content from this channel. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please show that you like this video by slapping that like button and sharing this video with your friends. A big shout out to my lawless gang who supports this channel by contributing $1 or more per month through the crowdfunding website Patreon. By supporting my work on Patreon like these guys, not only can you help keep this show going, you gain some pretty cool rewards too. And at the highest tier level, you can even get free merch. So please join me on Patreon if you like to support my work. Link is in my description box. More videos coming up soon, so don't go away.